clothes in the dryer?
Not yet.
Will you please?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Mom distracted me. Hang on, guys. There we go. Hey guys, I'm Treven. Had to turn the light on, sorry about that. Anyway, sometime within the next, this week or in the next week, last night my mom ordered me 2 5-album collections. this is going to be now my third time getting a 5-album collection, and also my fourth time getting a 5-album collection, because sorry about that, because last March, when happy birthday Blake, my friend Blake, he's 29 today, and last March I ordered the 5 Platinum album collection by Treven, making it my first time ever ordering 5 Platinum, a 5-album collection, because you got Treven's first self-titled album from 1998, which has Meet Virginia Studio, I Am as track 1, I Am as track 2, If You Leave as track 3, Homesick by Train as track 4, Free Studio version as track 5, Blind as track 6, Eggplant as track 7, Idaho has track 8. Idaho is also a state here in the United States, where my father's mother is from. Days as track 9, Rat as track 10, Swaying as track 11, along with the self-titled title track. The self-titled title track as track 12, and Heavy as track 13, both as hidden tracks, because on the physical editions, the song Swaying ends at 3 minutes and 11 seconds, followed by 1 minute of silence. Then you got Drops of Jupiter from 2001. With She's on Fire studio, a studio version, I Wish You Would studio version, the title track, Drops of Jupiter, parentheses, Tell Me, parentheses, studio version, It's About You, Hopeless, Respect, no, She's on Fire, parentheses, studio version as track 1, I Wish You Would, a studio version as track 2, the title track, Drops of Jupiter, parentheses, Tell Me as track 3, that's the studio version as well. It's About You as track 4, Hopeless as track 5, Respect by Train as track 6, Let It Roll by Train as track 7, Something More as track 8, Whipping Boy as track 9, Getaway as track 10, and Mississippi, the song, as track 11, and Mississippi is also a state, just like with Idaho. Then there's My Private Nation, but on the back cover it shows that it's the standard edition, but the CD inside it is the USA edition. You know, the United States of America edition. Because there's track 1, which is track 1 on both of these this is Alive at Last, the live album. Excuse me. And track 1 on both of these is Calling All Angels, but the one on here is the studio version. This one on here is the live version, because Alive at Last is the live album. Then track 2 being All American Girl, a studio version. Carrie Underwood also did All American Girl. That was the first one I heard. Then track 3 is When I Look to the Sky. This is the studio version of the song. But this is the live version. No, this is the studio version of the song, but the one on track 3 is the album version. Then you got Save the Day on both of these as track 4, but this one, it's the studio version, and Tom thought it was funny. This one, it's the live version. But what's different though is this one you get the live version of Get to Me by the following, which follows Save the Day, the live version. But this one you get Save the Day, so it's Save the Day as track 4 on, and then Get to Me as track 5. But this one, you got Save the Day as track 4 still. Then the title track, My Private Nation, as track 5, and then the studio version of Get to Me as track 6. That's what's different. Then you got Counting Airplanes, track 7. Then track 8 as Following Rita. Then track 9 is Your Every Color. Then track 10 is Lincoln Avenue. It has Abraham Lincoln's last name. Then track 11 is I'm About to Come Alive. Then track 12 on the USA edition is still the studio version of When I Look to the Sky. But it's the radio edit this time. The intro was shortened. And on this one, Alive at Last. This is the live album with the last two songs being the studio bonus tracks. You got Calling All Angels live version, like I said, as track 1. She's on Fire live version on track 2. Meet Virginia live version on track 3. Save the Day, like I said, on track 4, followed by Get to Me as track 5. There's no, you don't get a song in between both the live versions of Save the Day, both the live version of Save the Day as track 4, and the live version of Get to Me as track 5. You don't get the title track from the album My Private Nation in between Save the Day and Get to Me on Alive at Last, but you do on My Private Nation. Then Landmine live version of on track 6. Then All American Girl live version on track 7. When I Look to the Sky as track live version as track 8. Because yeah, All American Girl is followed by When I Look to the Sky on both these albums. Except this is the studio album, My Private Nation. This is the live album. Then Latin Interlude, which is the shortest song on here at 1 minute and 34 seconds. And this is the live version. And it's track 9. Then the live version of I Wish You Would as track 10. Then track 11 as the live version of Sweet Rain. Then Free live version as track 12. Then the song Drops of Jupiter, parentheses Tell Me, parentheses live version on track 13. And there's a story behind it. Pat Monahan's mother passed away in earlier 2000. And months later, Pat Monahan went to bed. Then one night, several months later, Pat Monahan went. Tom thought it was funny. Then several months later, Pat Monahan went to bed. He went to sleep for the night. Then 15 minutes later, he woke up with the first line in his head, which is, now that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her hair. Hence the first line in the song. He wrote the lyrics and the music and lyrics. Then the next day he demoed it And then he demoed it and he has shown it to a friend of his, Pat Monahan's. Then Pat Monahan, he's the lead singer of Train, and the only original member left as well. He shown his friend a demoed version of the song. Like the very next day, then you got the live version of Stay With Me as track 14. This is the final live track. And it is a cover. Because this was recorded live at the Workplay Theater in Birmingham, Alabama, over three consecutive nights from June 9th, 2004 to June 11th, 2004. This track, Stay With Me, is a cover of the 1971 song of the same name by the group Faces. I heard the studio version of Stay With Me, but it was by Sam Smith. Because it comes on the radio, which is sorry. And yeah. Then you got the two studio tracks. You got Ordinary as track 15. Alex Warren also did Ordinary, because I heard that one because it comes on the radio. And you got New Sensation as track 16 as the final song. In Excess also did New Sensation back in 1987. Linkin Park, featuring Chester Bennington and Rob Borden. They did Heavy as well, but the lyrics are different. Same with New Sensation. Same with Ordinary. Then you got Save Me San Francisco. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge in the background. I actually toured to San Francisco and walked on the Golden Gate Bridge. And true story, now it was me, my mom, my dad, my dad's mom, my grandma, my dad's mom, and her brother Newell, may he rest in peace. And their sister Janet and Janet's husband Richard. We were walking on the Golden Gate Bridge. My mom lost her, who is sleeping right now. She lost her hat. Thanks to the wind. It happened on Christian's 18th birthday, June 23rd of 2015. Because the day prior, on June 22nd, 2015, my parents, my grandma, my dad's mom, and we were on our way there. And we stopped at Subway for lunch. And as we were leaving, a police car just, with its siren going, just zooms right past. Because then we were pulling out of the parking lot, and after we pulled out of the parking lot, well, this is the Golden State edition of Train's album, Save Me San Francisco, because there's 17 tracks. San Francisco is a city in California, and the Golden Gate Bridge is there. And California, they're in San Francisco. And California is also known as the Golden State. And and 40 miles from Reno, we got stuck in traffic for two and a half hours. Because there was an accident. A vehicle exploded. And track 1, you got the title track. Then track 2, you got Save Me San Francisco. No, yeah. Track 1, you got the title track, Save Me San Francisco. Then Hazel Sister has track 2. Hang on, guys.
Oh, no you don't. Not again. Sorry. This time we'll try it from the other end. Look, you're a hunter, right? Right. And this is rabbit season, right? Right. And if he was a rabbit, what would you do? Yeah, you're so smart. If I was a rabbit, what would you do? Well, Not again. Very funny. I'm sorry, fellas, but I can't wait any longer. Take a peek up and see if he's still around. Righto. Is he still there? Still lurking about? I tell you what, you go up and act as a decoy and lure him away. No more for me, thanks. I'm driving. Oh, well, like they say, never send a duck to do a rabbit's job. Okay, come on out. I got you covered. Hi. Surely you're not going to be taken in by that old gang. Isn't she lovely? Out of sheer honesty, I demand that you tell him who you are. Well, haven't you anything to say? Anything? Out of sheer honesty? Well, yes, I would just love a duck dinner. Oh, I apologize, madam, for suspecting your integrity. Now's your chance, Hawkeye! Shoot him! Shoot him! He's got me dead to rights, Doc. Would you like to shoot him here or wait till you get home? Oh, no you don't. Not this time. Wait till you get home. All right.
Dang it.
You're despicable.
Sorry about that. Then I Got You as track 3. Parachute as track 4 and track 16. But the one on track 4 is the album version. The one on track 16 is the alternate version. Coldplay did an album called Parachutes, and the title track, track 7, is called Parachutes as well. Then you got This Ain't Goodbye as track 5. He mentions an Avril Lavigne song. Then, excuse me, Tying. Then track 6, If It's Love. Track 7, You Already Know. Track 8, Words. You already know words. Track 9, Brick by Brick. Roger Waters from Pink Floyd almost mentions this song in Pig's parentheses. 3 different ones because he goes, Pig by Pig. Then track 10 is Breakfast in Bed. If you take the first letter out of each word, in breakfast and bread. It spells the word bib. Then track 11 and track 17 is Marry Me. Track 11 is the album version of Marry Me. Track 17 is the last one on this Golden State edition of Save Me San Francisco. It is Marry Me, just like with track 11, but it is the first dance mix. As in the first dance. Like at a wedding reception. Then Shake Up Christmas has track 12. This is also in another Train album. Their Christmas album by Train. Then Half Moon Bay as track 13. The Finish Line by Train as track 14. Snow Patrol did The Finish Line as well. But it's track 11 on Eyes Open. It starts with the first letter of my name. Then you got a cover of Rihanna's solo version of Umbrella. As track 15. Because after Marry Me, there's 3 original songs. On the Golden State edition, after Marry Me, there's 3 original songs, 1 cover, 2 alternate versions, and 4/alternate mixes. And I got 3 months ago, I got the 5 original albums by Leonard Skinner. I got and all of them are from the 1970s, but with one exception, with Vicious Cycle, because there's nothing fancy with the word nothing spelled wrong. Spell N-U-T-H-I-N apostrophe instead of N-O-T-H-I-N-G. And there's Saturday Night Special, track 1. Cheating Woman, track 2. Track 3, Rainbow Song Studio. Track 4, I'm a Country Boy. Track 5, On the Hunt Studio version. I also have On the Turning Away as track 5 on Pink Floyd's album. A Momentary Lapse of Reason. Track 6, Am I Losing? It's the same title to a Jim Reeves song, but it's called Am I Losing You? This one is just Am I Losing? Without the word you in it. Track 7, Made in the Shade. Queen Freddie Mercury did a song called Made in Heaven, and Queen did an album called Made in Heaven, which includes Freddie Mercury's vocals from his solo project and but with re-recorded instrumentation. And that's this album here. This is A Momentary Lapse of Reason. Then you got Whiskey Rock and Roller, track 8, and then the last two tracks being previously unreleased. Track 9 being Railroad Song live version. Track 10 being On the Hunt live version. This one, you got Secondhand Helping, you got Sweet Home Alabama. This is the first song, as track 1, this is the first song on here. And the first song I heard by Leonard Skinner. Then track 2, I Need You. This is the longest one on here at 6 minutes 54 seconds. Track 3, Don't Ask Me No Questions. Track 4, Working for MCA. Not YMCA, the record label MCA, in which the album was put out by. Then track 5, The Ballad of Curtis Lowe, spelled L-O-D-W instead of L-O-W. Then track 6, Swamp Music, or as Shrek says it, Swamp Music. Track 7, Yeah, Don't Ask Me No Questions is the shortest, at 3 minutes 24 seconds. Track 7, The Needle and the Spoon. And track 8, To Call Me the Breeze. This is the second longest on here, at 5 minutes 23 seconds. Then you got Give Me Back My Bullets. You got track 1, the title track, opening up with the title track, Give Me Back My Bullets. This is the original version with the original band members. This was before the plane crash on October 20th of 1977. Then you got Every Mother's Son, track 2. Track 1 is Give Me Back My Bullets. Then track 3, you got Trust, starting and ending with the first letter of my name. Track 4 has my first and last initials. I got the Same Old Blues. Track 5, it mentions a Coldplay / Imagine Dragons song, and it has my first and middle initials, but it's the other way around. Double Trouble. And the word trouble rhymes with double. Then track 6, it starts with the first two, and Double Trouble starts with the first letter of my dad's name. And track 6 starts with the first 2 letters of Christian's dad's name and my mom's name, Roll Gypsy Roll. Track 7 starts with the first letter and the last 2 letters of my last name, Searching. Track 8 has It starts with the first letter of Connor and Christian's name. It has Christian's initials. And it mentions a U2 song and a Michael Jackson song and album called, it is called Cry for the Bad Man. This is the studio version. Then track 9 is All I Can Do Is Write About It. Then the last two tracks are bonus tracks, previously unreleased on the album. Track 10 is the live 1976 live version of Give Me Back My Bullets with the original band members. Track 11 is the live version of Cry for the Bad Man. And there's Vicious Cycle. Track 1 starts with and ends with the first letter of my name as well. It's That's How I Like It. Right on time, Tom thought it was funny. Then track 2 is Pick 'Em Up. Tom has been laughing right on time lately. Then track 3 starts with the first letter of the first 2 letters of my dad's name. It is a reference to Dilemma, by Green Day, which is by Green Day, also starting with the first letter of my dad's name. It's called Dead Man Walking. And the line in Dilemma, it goes, I don't want to be a dead man. It goes, I don't want to be a dead man walking. I don't want to be a dead man walking. Then you got The Way, which also starts with the first letter of my name, and my name, Ariana. And track 4, you got The Way. Ariana Grande and Mac Miller, rest in peace, Mac Miller, also did a song called The Way, which is featured on Just Dance 2014. It starts with the first letter of my name as well. And you got Red, White, and Blue, which is the colors of the American flag. This song, when I looked it up, when I first heard this song, I was looking it up on Wikipedia. Also, this song mentions Jason White's last name and Taylor Swift's song and album Red. I got interrupted by Tom thinking it was funny, which is also a color, red. And it said it on Wikipedia that this song was written just very shortly after the 9/11 attacks. Then track 6 is Sweet Mama. It almost mentions the song I mentioned when I was talking about the train. Sweet Rain. It also mentions a song by My Chemical Romance called Mama. Mama. Then, well, yeah, now this is the only album in this collection I have by Leonard Skinner to be after the plane crash in 1977 to also feature the current members of Leonard Skinner, because 3 of the members passed away. The original members passed away in the plane instantly in the plane crash. But one of them survived and lived and had broken bones. It's their bassist. He lived 25 years longer than the other band members, which is because he passed away in 2001 as well. The bassist of Save It Tom, which is the bassist of Leonard Skinner. And track 7 is all funked up. All funked up. All funked up. If there was a C on the cover, I would have not been able to order this album, because the N would have been replaced with a C, meaning that it would have been the F-bomb. Then track 8 would be Hell or Heaven. Then Mad Hatter. Yeah, this is the first album without their original bassist, since, like I said, he passed away in 2001. The song Mad Hatter on track 9 was written as a tribute to him. This is the only album in my Leonard Skinner collection, 5-album collection, to be with the current members. Then track 10 is Rockin' Little Town. It starts with the first 2 letters on my mom's name and first 2 letters of Christian's name. No, first 2 letters of Christian's father's name. And it has Christian's father's initials, RT, first and last. And track 11 starts with the first letter of Christian's name and Connor's name. Crawl. Linkin Park did. And Chester Bennington did 2 songs with the word crawl in the title, but one is with Death by Sunrise. One is with the original Linkin Park. Because with Death by Sunrise, there's Crawl Back In. Rest in peace, Chester Bennington. Track 5 on Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. That's the song Crawling. Daughtry did Crawling back to you. Track 12 is Jake. Or should I say Jake from State Farm. Track 13 is Life's Lessons. Track 13 and 14 are they both start with L. Just to let you know on this album. Because track 13 is Life's Lessons, like I said. And track 14 is Lucky Man. And that's all the original, for the original songs on this album, because all the songs are newly written songs on this album, except for this final song on track 15, which is a bonus track. This is a remake of the title track from the Gimme Back My Bullets album, this time with the current members of Lynyrd Skynyrd as a collab with Kid Rock. Kid Rock appears along with Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. Also appears in the music. They appear in the music video of Rockstar by Nickelback. Then you got the original CD inside, and on the cover, the back cover of this, it's the standard edition. The cover on here, it's with bonus tracks, even though it's not, the bonus tracks are not present on here. But I'm going to mention them anyway. This is the last with the original Lynyrd Skynyrd members. 3 before the plane crash even happened. That killed 3 of the members. This is called Street Survivors, released on October 17th, 1977. The plane crash happened on October 20th, 1977, just 3 days after the album was released. This was also the last album by Lynyrd Skynyrd until 1991. Because their original bassist was healing from the broken bones that was caused by the plane crash from October 20th of 1977. They didn't release anything from back in the 1980s. Back in the 1980s. Also, Dead Man Walking, I should mention. Dead Man Walking has Starman's initials, first and last. DM. And track 1 is What's Your Name? And it's it kind of reminds me of U2's album The Joshua Tree from 10 years later in 1987, because track 1 starts with the W, because track 1 on this album, Street Survivors, it starts with WH and it mentions a Goo Goo Dolls song. Where the Streets Have No Name, the full version, also starts with WH, and it mentions the Goo Goo Dolls song, both as the last word in its title, because Where the Streets Have No Name, the full version is track 1 on the Joshua Tree by U2. The full length version of Where the Streets Have No Name is 5 minutes and 38 seconds. The first track on here is What's Your Name? This is Street Survivors. But track 2 on this album is called That Smell Has My First and Last Initials, starting with the first letter of my name. Where the Streets Have No Name also has my first and last initials as well. And That Smell is the longest one, the longest song on here, at 5 minutes 48 seconds. Then One More Time as track 3, which is, it almost mentions a Linkin Park song and album, which is the last album with Chester Bennington and Rob Borden. It almost mentions an Ariana Grande song, One Last Time. It almost mentions a Phil Collins song and a Maroon 5 song, One More Night. One Last Time. One More Light. But with one word change. Then you got the track 4, which is the album version of I Know a Little by Leonard Skinner to 3 minutes and 26 seconds. Then the album version of You Got That Right as track 5, which is 3 minutes 44 seconds. It reminds me of Maddie Wilson's song, which is track 5, which I heard yesterday. You Ain't All That, because it starts with the word you, and it has the word that in the title, and they are both track 5. But I heard the writing session version from Sunday, October 14th of 2015. Not the album version. The album version is track 5. Then you got track 6, which is the album version of I Never Dreamed, which is 5 minutes and 21 seconds. Then track 7, Johnny Horton did a song called Honky Tonk Man. Leonard Skinner did Honky Tonk Nighttime Man. It mentions a Pink Floyd song which starts with the first letter of my name. And then track 8 is Ain't No Good Life, and One Republic did a song called Good Life, A Good Life as well. Then the bonus tracks, and it almost mentions an Owl City song as well. Good Time, but with one word change. Then the bonus tracks, you got Georgia Peaches. Georgia is a state here in the United States. If you're wondering who that is in the background, that's Coco Corgi. She is absolutely beautiful, absolutely cute, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely pretty. Then track 10, you got another Leonard Skinner song starting with Sweet. It's Sweet Little Missy. But this is the only one with starting with Sweet to be featured by the original members of Leonard Skinner. Sweet Mama has the current one, Leonard Skinner. It has the same initials, but without the letter L. The same initials as Sweet Little Missy, but without the letter L. And Sweet Little Missy also has the Leonard Skinner's first and last initials. No, this is, let me rephrase that again. This is the second song to start with the word sweet. After Sweet Home Alabama from Secondhand Helping. But Sweet Mama, though, also starts with sweet, but it's the only song on by the current Leonard Skinner on this collection too. Start with the word sweet. It has the same initials as Sweet Little Missy, but without the letter L. Because that's what's different. Sweet Little Missy has Leonard Skinner's full initials of the band group, but they're swapped around. Sweet Home Alabama mentions the state and the state of Alabama. Yeah, it mentions the state of Alabama. And where the country group of the same name is from. Then track 11, you got that right. This is the alternate version, which is 3 minutes and 28 seconds, followed by I Never Dreamed, the alternate version of I Never Dreamed, which is track 12, lasting for 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Yeah, the alternate version of You Got That Right is 16 seconds shorter than 16 seconds shorter than the original album version. The alternate version of I Never Dreamed is 25 seconds shorter than the original album version. Then you get the final song, Jacksonville Kid. The live version of Give Me Back My Bullets is 4 minutes 18 seconds. The original version of Give Me Back My Bullets, featuring the original members of Leonard Skinner, is 3 minutes and 38 seconds. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The live version also has the original members too. But the remake of Give Me Back My Bullets, the song, featuring Kid Rock is 3 minutes and 42 seconds. When I put both albums, Vicious Cycle and Give Me Back My Bullets, the album turns 50 this year, while Vicious Cycle turns 23, I think. 23. I had to put the year. When they were recorded. That was when I was putting them on my laptop. I had to put the year, that way I wouldn't have to confuse my mom. And then telling her to and her telling me to only have it on once. I wanted to differentiate the two from when they were recorded or re-recorded. And now, this third time and this fourth time is the Doobie Brothers. The original album series of Volume 1 and Volume 2. You got Hey! Stupid tablet! Stop! You got there's 10 CDs in there. There's 5 on each, and that equals 10. 10 CDs. I was gonna order it for $39.99, but Mom didn't want to order it, so So we decided that I order it for $36.03. We were gonna order them separately, but didn't want to do that. I'm having 2 separate orders, but I didn't want to do that. So but I didn't want to do that, so decided to order them together in the same order. For $36.03. I will I will show you them when they come to my house. Anyway, I will see it. I will see. Yeah, I will see you guys later. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Please like the video, share the video, comment below, hit the like button. Be nice in the comments. Never judge a book by its cover. And subscribe to my channel and ring that bell and hit all so you can get notified every time I go live or post a video or post a short or post a community post. And never pretend to be somebody you are not, because they will find out sooner or later, and the truth will always come out in the end.